Hi everyone, June's here. I hope y'all are doing good on this Sunday. I'm just gonna check and make sure everything is going good, and make sure that things are working. So just give me a minute here, and I want to make sure that that's working. Looks like it is. So we shall get started. So, how's everybody doing? I've missed you guys so much the past few weeks. We've been on vacation and we had family reunions and all kinds of things happening. And so I'm super excited to be here with you today. And we are going to open up the June paper pumpkin. Welcome in. So I don't know if you've already got your kit or not, but let me know in the comments if you're here, if you're watching, if you've already gotten your kit and you've already opened it up. We're going to open this up. I did open it already, but I haven't done anything. So we're going to be doing it together for the first time here. And these are the cards, the beautiful cards that are included in this kit. And of course, there's always the full color instructions. I think you guys know, but there is a ruler on this one end. And so, everything we need is in the kit, and then always on the back, they give us some other ideas. This kit includes the following colors. They are Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, and Old Olive. So a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun, this kit, I think. So here are the stamp set that came in this kit. I've already got my mounted, but I think that's a better view for you. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Come on. So it is not, it's being very stubborn. All right, so the sentiments in the kit are thank you for your hospitality, welcome, you're invited, and friend. And then there's a little floral vine over here on this left side, this vase, a little flower, and a little squiggly line that you have here. Now, you might recall that this kit came with some dies, and I did play around with that a bit today and have proceeded to lose my flower die already this afternoon. I just have to go digging around, but this covers here. This is just an added little leaf that you can put onto your designs, and there's a flower. Now, the flower that the die cuts, I guess it fits this. It just seemed like it was a rather small. So it makes it a little bit smaller. As you can tell, like there's an edge of ink around this where I'm trying to center that. So I didn't really use the die with the stamp yet, but we have, a couple weeks still to play around with it. So let's see what else is in the kit. So we have some dimensionals that are strips. We have some adhesive back dots. Oh, we have lots of strips of dimensionals. We have tear and tape, and we have our ink spot is Night of Navy. Love it. Hey, Wanda, thanks for joining. I'm so glad to see you here. And then, of course, we have our little, another little option for us to play around with. And you can see here that the floral die right there. And then this kit coordinates with the Countryside Inn, and I have that here to show you as well because it's really, really rather pretty. So this is a fun little stamp. It's all one. Actually, I have it mounted back there. But there's also dies that are for this kit. So there's several different sizes of this hexagon. And I have them out already. Sorry. That wasn't very helpful. And then also there are some really beautiful papers. So this is part of the Country Inn. So there's like beautiful lined papers. And so you have some birds. And again, just some simple lines on the back. This is actually, I think, included in the kit. But more, different lines. And here's some fox with the balmy blue and some little floral designs on the back. And I think this print is also in the kit with some stuff. So if you love it, you may want to consider getting those papers. So let's continue here. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. Sorry about that. So we have really beautiful envelopes with this like very, I guess I'm trying to think what color they're calling this, because I really think it's a muted out boho blue, because I feel like boho blue is a little bit darker than that. But I think this is probably maybe one or two stamps off for that. And then we have some fun tags for sentiments. I don't know if you can see those. Those are really nice. These are long strips. We have 3 pages that have die cuts of these different elements, and another 3 pages that have some die cuts. I see here we have more vases, and this says hello friend. And then we have a set of 4 of these. So I feel like we might have some extra from this kit. It's hard to tell based on what we got, but here is one of the card bases here. And then here is this with Calypso Coral, which is the foxes. I don't know if you can see that very good, but the foxes. And then we have just some basic Night of Navy, colored on the outside. And so those are the fun things we have in the kit. And so I'm going to set my little box aside, and we're going to get out our pieces for to make the 3 cards that the kit is designed. I'm going to use my big ink stamp, so I'm going to set that aside. And so for this first one, we need this card base and what of these here. So it looks like we're going to pop out one of these elements. You just want to be a little careful. So we have that piece, and then I'm going to set this over here. Then we're going to use one of these banners. Okay. And looks like we're going to be using one of these vases. Get it out of here. Oh, no wonder I have 2 that I'm trying to pull apart. And I think that's it for that one. Okay, so now the second one is this beautiful Calypso Coral. Oh, Wanda, you're gonna want that sweet after this, I think. So many pretty things. Hi, Janie. Thanks for joining today. We are just getting started over here. So the Calypso Coral base, printed base, we are going to be using this one, and I didn't realize it. This piece here is like a little frame, a dotted frame that want to be careful I don't tear it because it's pretty thin. Looks like maybe 1/4 of an inch here. So it looks like we're going to use that. And then we're going to use one of our white vases. Looks like we'll stamp on that. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Oh, we need the Hello Friend as well. So here we go. So I have that. All right, and then the third one is going to be the Knight of Navy, and so we're going to need for this card the floral vase. Well, both of these are floral, I guess. Those two, and then we're going to need this piece out of here. So like that. And then we're going to need one of these blue banner pieces and this little sentiment label for that. So I think those are all the pieces we're going to need to make these cards, at least the cards from the kit instructions. So I'm just going to set these aside, put them back in my box, because knowing me, I will lose them. So there we have that. We'll set that aside, and here we go. So I'm going to put you guys fully down so that you get the best view and get me out of the picture. So here we go. There we go. And I will move some of these adhesives out of the way. So this was the third card and this was the second one. So I'm just going to move these up here so we can focus on this one right here. So let's see what it says for the first card. Let's see if I put it there, if it's a little bit viewable. All right, so we are going to be stamping our sentiment at the bottom of this layer that's going to go on to the front of the card. So we're using the thank you for your hospitality. And like I said, I'm going to use my larger ink pad, and so I'm just going to stamp this up, and I have my little paper over here so I could try my stamp out before I use it to make sure. Oh, that looks pretty good. As you can see, there you have it. Very nice. So we're going to go for it. You know, I've kind of learned that I don't really like to line my stamps up onto my block, because then I tend to use my block as the like ruler or whatever, and basically I find that I don't do as good at getting things straight when I do that. So I kind of put them on there a little tilted. So there we have it. We've put our sentiment on there. And so I'm going to close my ink up. And so the next thing it has us doing is we're going to put some items onto the front of the card. So basically, well, let's fold our card base. So I have my bone folder here just to give it a good crease. And So we have that. So this is going to go down. Looks like it's flush with the top here, like that. And then this is going to go down on top of it. And then this is going to go right there. We're going to use some dimensionals, and then we're going to use some of those adhesive dots. So that will be awesome, right? Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. We're going to get it says to use tear and tape. So for the first piece here, it says we're going to put tear and tape on the back of here. I wonder why we're getting tear and tape for this and not glue dots. Maybe they know we don't like those glue dots so much, huh? I wonder, right? Have you wondered? So we'll just get this peeled up and move that out of the way. So make sure I've got my card base in the front, and I just want to center this on here, and I'm eyeballing it. Is that what you do? Probably not. Most people would get their ruler out. I feel like it's not all the way to the top. All right. Get it all the way to the top. There we go. Still feel like that's crooked. Well, at least this tear and tape's a little forgiving. All right. I'm breaking it out. Here's my things. All right. So I'm 4 1/4, and I want this to be right here. If that's there, then it should line up here. All right, there we go. Much better. Oh my goodness. Still not, I don't think, still all the way to the top. I feel like I have a little bit of white there, you see, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle. Maybe it's just the angle. Still beautiful, still beautiful. So, all right, so we have these pieces of dimensionals here that we're just putting on here, and to raise up this piece from that banner, give a little bit of dimension to the back. So it causes a little bit more of a layered look. And so we'll put this down and can line that up pretty good. There we go. So there we have that. These are really beautiful, y'all. I am pretty pleased with these card bases, and they feel pretty sturdy. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's kind of nice. And so the next thing is we're going to put this on also with one of these strips. And so this is going to go right here. And so there you have that. They're really pretty, aren't they? Very pretty. All right, so now I'm going to put a few of these dots on. I tend to get busy and forget about them until the end, but I want to see if I can make it happen. So there you have it, y'all. That is so beautiful. I don't know if you can see very well, but there you go. Really nice. I love it. I can make them all like that. I'd want a different sentiment, I think. I don't need a very many with this sentiment. So let's move on to the next card and see what we've got. All right. So this one we are going to be using this Calypso Coral card base. And so I'm setting that aside. I'm going to go ahead and get this folded. Very nice. So we have that piece ready to go. Now on this one, we are going to be stamping the, we're going to stamp the vase or the vase. Do you say vase or vase? Oh, thanks, Juana. I'm glad you like it. All right, so here's our vase. And it's a big stamp. And so I'm just wanting to make sure I get good coverage of ink on there. So as you can tell, and now of course I have it on this white, so it's going to be hard to see. I'm gonna need my glasses for this, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. So let's see if I can get this on here even. I believe this is similar to the die, is that this white piece is not as big as the full stamp. So as you can see, like I have a little bit of a white edge on here. And so do you see what I mean? It's very hard to get that centered properly. So I'm going to turn it over and try again. So we'll just see what happens, and we'll take the best. We'll take the best of the two, right? And because this is what it'll be like for everybody. So, oops, glasses again. I try not to get my head in the shot. All right, let's see if we got it. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Hey, Christy, thanks for joining. Oh, I think maybe we got it better. We got better. Ta-da! Yeah, that's tough to get that stamp onto that image or that little piece, because it is tough to do. So you may have to like really figure out how you're going to line that up, right? Because we had just one little white edge on this side, and then here we go. Voila. So yay. All right, so now let's put this one together. So we have a lot of fun pieces, I think, here. So we're going to use this border to put some dimensionals on with, and we'll see what we have here. I don't know that we need, we're going to be going a little crazy, I think, with these. But for, I guess, the effect of it, you want it to be on all the edges. So let's see here. Literally, I think we're putting on like 8 of these. So here we go. So this piece is one of the things that the stamp set that I was showing you, the countryside, would do with those hexagon dies. I haven't done that, but maybe next week I'll get that out and we'll do like a little demonstration of that, because that stamp is all of the sizes, and then the dies are, you know, different layers. So think it'd be kind of interesting to play around with that. I have not. So let's, I will work on planning that. So I'm trying to line this up because I feel like I don't do this very well, but I'm gonna start at one little corner and see if I can go around with, there I go. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it. You can ink it up and put the stamp up and place. Oh yeah, you could do that. I didn't think of it, but yes. Thank you. What Chrissy is saying is that you could ink it up, ink the stamp up, and then place the white vase like right down onto this, you know, and then, you know, smooth it out so that you get a full ink coverage. So yes, that would definitely probably be easier than how I was going about it. I like to challenge myself. All right, so next it has us putting this down, and we're using again the Terran tape for that. So let's see here what we have. So one piece and then the second piece. And there we go. All right. Do better getting these things up with the take your pick tool or this little piercing tool. All right. So making sure I got my card going in the right direction because we've done that too many times. And there we go. I think we're on straight. Awesome. That looks great, doesn't it? I really like these so much. So we're going to put this up on dimensionals right on here. And then we have our little sentiment. Hello, friend. That's going to go right on here. So we're going to put this across there like that. And then we'll put this down first. So just lining it up so that I get the cover up the top of the stems without when I place that down. Then I'm going to put another dimensional on the back of the sentiment, and that's going to go down here at the bottom. Hello, friend. Look at that, y'all. So pretty. I really love this. Okay, so we got some dots to put on. Get these little white papers out of the way so that here, so we have at least as much as we can a clean space to work in. Doesn't look too trashy over here. And so there we have it. We put those beautiful dots on there, and you could totally stamp something on the inside, but this is really beautiful. Okay, so we're on to the third card, which is right here, and oh, kind of fun. We're gonna stamp with that. I haven't used that stamp yet. So we have right here. Oh, I guess we need one of those other white vases. I did not get enough out, so give me a second. I'll grab that. Right here. And so we're going to need one of these. So let's just move that over here. So we're going to fold our card base, and I couldn't agree with you more, Wanda. I think they do too. Is there a reason why you are using dimensionals when they did not come with the kit, only tear and tape? Yes, it did come with the kit. These dimensionals came with the kit. There were this pack and this pack. I'm sorry I can't see your name because I use Streamline, but I do see your question. So both of these packs of dimensionals came, so they're like smaller strips, and then these are longer strips, and then also the tear and tape. So you can see here that this darker one is dimensional. Okay, now I did put a dimensional under the sentiment, but it's just my own personal preference. So just, and see dimensionals all the way around here. So the white piece, I don't know if you can see this very good, but the white piece is the tear and tape, and the darker piece is for the dimensionals. And I'm pretty sure in here somewhere it tells me that, but I just know that that's the case. So I hope that helps. And to be honest, if your kit did not come with dimensionals, I would definitely contact customer service, because they should have been in there. It was part of the let's see. Yeah, so right here, if you can see this, see here, this is the tear and tape, and then there's the dimensionals. So they were intended to be inside the kit. So if you didn't get them, I want you to make sure that you reach out to Stampin' Up, or of course your demonstrator. Okay, so we will move forward. Great question. Thanks for asking. And so we have a few pieces here. I'm going to set our card base aside, and I'm going to get our stamps out. So we're using welcome, and we're using this floral image. So I want to get my scrap paper out over here so that I can try this stamp out. So when I have a larger image like this, I like to kind of ink it up this manner. You can do this as well. I just think I get a better ink coverage sometimes the other way. So it's entirely a personal preference. So look here, let's make sure we get a good coverage and stamped image. So we did. That looks very nice. I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to move this aside. Well, actually, I'm going to keep that. Bring this back. So I'm going to use this for stamping this pot. I guess we're going to kind of go across the bottom of it. And give it a little bit of a design. So like here, we're just going across the bottom of the pot. So let's see here. We're gonna go like this, and it's really hard to see the white on white, but there we have it. So there's our pot inked. And so we have that piece done, and I'll set this back up here, and then we're gonna stamp the welcome onto this little sentiment tag. Well, I'm really pleased with my stamps. I was reading on some of the forums that some people were having issues with the ink um, on the stamps, and I had prepared to, have stuff ready to make sure that they were clean, that I could clean them. Because, when the stamps come out of the factory and stuff, they are, they have a residue on them. And so as a result, sometimes you don't get a clear image. And as a result, that, sometimes that's frustrating because you, you don't think to try it out, and then, well, you have, your stamp image doesn't do good, and then you're not happy. So all right, so here we are. We have our peas here. Looks like we're going to be putting one pot over here, one pot over here. This one's going to go in the center. And then we're going to have this blue, balmy blue banner. That's going to go right, I guess, down here towards the bottom with the sentiment right there. And actually, this would go on top of there. So that's kind of what we're gonna go for. And bear with me, man. I feel so drought. I have to get a drink. Okay, so we're using the tear and tape to put this down. So let's see here. So we're using 2 strips of that. It's stuck to me. All right. And so we have that. And then we're going to put a little piece on here. So I don't know if you guys have seen any of the sneak peeks, but inside the kit, that we just opened, there was one of their usual, gave us some ideas for this, but this is the kit for July. It's called Fun in the Sun. I do know that these are going to be fun fold cards, so I'm kind of excited about that. It says slather on that sunscreen and dust off your surfboards because it's time for Fun in the Sun paper pumpkin kit with bright sunny colors, beach themed die cuts. You'll be able to create cards that show off your summer fun as soon as the surf's up. So looks like a lot of fun, and very colorful. I'm excited to see that kit, and I hope you will join me with that. So I do have a link in the description for today's video if you would like to become a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. And so I would love to be your demonstrator and work with you to make the most of those kits. All right, so we've done that. So the next thing we're going to put down is the blue, the balmy blue banner. So I'm putting that right here. And then we are going to put down our sentiment. And I'm just using one of these. And it says we're going to put this down next. It's not how I would do it, but we'll go with it. We'll go with what they're saying. All right, so this first, so it's going to go centered right here, a little bit off the bottom. So just like that. All right. And then this is going to go a little bit on top in the center. So just like that. All right. Then this is getting a little piece of tear and tape, just like that. And this one as well. And I think they've given us a lot of tear and tape for this. All right, so let's see. Yeah, my nails don't do that very good. All right, so I guess this is gonna like just go under there. And right like that. And then I don't know why I try to do it like that. All right, so here we go. Now this one's gonna come on this side and go down there. So there we have it. Little bit of dimension with these pieces, an illusion that the pots are behind the navy blue pot. Okay, so then we put a few dots on here, and then we have a few minutes before the hour, and so I have at least one alternate for you today, and then of course we'll come back next week with more. So, all right, that's so fun. These are really beautiful, y'all. I'm so pleased with the kit. And I hope you are too. And so let's see what we got. Okay, so I did some playing around earlier today, just seeing what we could come up with. And so I wanted to kind of show you that stamp. So this is all one stamp set, and then there's dies. I have them in this little baggie. I don't make too much noise. Here, I'll show you. And put it on. How they work. So, for example, if I were to cut this out, then I'm going to have this little stitched edge. And there is a bigger one. That's what it was in the box still. But then this one gets a different edge that you can get. And so you stamp it all at one time, but then you have the ability to cut all these different pieces out. And I guess theoretically you end up with all these different layered pieces. So I think next week we might play around with that. It's hard sometimes to get the full, get the cut and emboss in the screen. But in the meantime, I have put together several of the pieces. And so I thought we would play around and create at least one card this week with our stuff. So I went ahead and picked out a piece of the DSP pack. So this is the paper I want to use today. And so then I have a little white strip. And this is a balmy blue piece of cardstock. It's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And so basically this piece is 3 inches by 4 inches. So it's just going to fit one layer right on top of there. But I'm going to adhere this to the back of here to give like just a little white strip coming down the side. And so let's put that together. And I don't see my glue. Wait, no, it is here. I went to my stamp club, and when I go to my stamp club, I take off my glue, take it with me, and so forgot to get it back out. So here we go. I get this all going. think we'll be good. All right, so I'm just gonna take and put a little bit of glue on this edge because I don't want a lot of white showing. I just want a little bit. So I'm just lining this up. There we go on that edge, and looks like it's just a smidge taller than I needed this. There we go. Not even. It was just hairs on the paper. There we go. Just that one was teeny weeny bit. All right. So that's going to go on to the card like so. Just like that. All right. And then I have so this is from a different die set, and it is called, let me tell you, I have it right here. It is called the Nesting Essentials Dies. So I used this in the last month with the paper pumpkins, some of them that I did. And so that's what this comes from. And they have nice little stitched edging on them. So, oh, good, Wanda. I'm glad you like them. The cards from the kit. They are really nice. So we're going to put that down. And let's glue this piece down. We're just making this, I'm making this up as we go right here. I just knew what pieces I wanted, and now we're putting it together. I didn't make a sample beforehand. So, all right, so we're going to use this piece, and I've been trying to decide which direction I want to go with it. I could go like this and put this on here with some of the dots and put friend up here. I think that's what we might do. But I was also thinking about putting some linen thread on here. I'm trying to see if I have any open, because I think I used it all up. So that's why I got this out. So I do like this. I do like linen thread. I use it a lot. You know, it's a pretty inexpensive like add-on for your cards. But it gives a lot of texture to the card. The fun part is finding the end when you open this up, because it's normally in the center. Where in the world? Holy cow. Is that it right there? Yeah. Did I find it? No? Yeah. Woo! All right. Okie doke. So what I was thinking is that we could, I'm going to stamp the little welcome up here. Or I'm sorry, friend message up there. So we're going to use our Night of Navy again. So I'm getting that out. So here's the friend. So it's very tiny, so we can see it, just like that. Very tiny, see? So tiny. And then we'll close this up, and we're going to glue this down on here, centered on there, just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap some twine around here. That will go behind. Need a little bit more, I think, for my bow. I don't like to challenge myself that much. I'd rather waste a few inches of twine or linen thread before I challenge my ability to tie a bow with too little. So here we go. All right, we'll fix that up. So just putting a little bit of, a little bit of texture onto this card front. All right, so that's going to go on here, and this is going to go on with dimensionals. So that'll be behind there, okay? And so we will use our little strip here. I'm actually going to do 2 on here, and plenty of these to use. So there we go. Just like that. All right. So that piece is going to be just like that. All right. And then we have this little bit of, this is also from those, the dies that are in the countryside. It's just a little banner piece that is in that same die set. So I just used it to create this little banner. I thought it would be cute to put across here. And just making that straight. And then we could put some of these, or maybe just one. They're kind of big, actually, now that I look at them in comparison. So we just have the one little die on there, or dot on there, excuse me. So then we'll pop this up with some dimensionals when we put it down. So I'm going to use, yeah, these will fit perfect. I'm going to use a couple of these because they're a little bit longer to go right across here, like that. Okay, so we're just going to put that down on here like that, like so. All right, so there we have it. Just straightening that out, and then let's add a couple more dots. So we'll put one here and one up here. Whoops, one up here. So there you go. There's our first alternate card for this month's Paper Pumpkin. And super simple. Didn't really use anything from the kit other than the stamps. And but I love this paper, the countryside in, and I love that there's so much possibility and coordination for future. So look, I've got some lemon lollipots, and I made one in Calypso Coral. This is the boho blue, so Night of Navy. And then I made I did die cut some of these little flowers and the leaves from the kit, from the dies that came in the kit. And so there's just so many things. I'm excited to be back with you next week to show you some more ideas. And so I hope you enjoyed today and the live. Let me get our cards out here. So we made the 3 cards in the kit. Let me just move these out of the way. So you can see what we made clearly. Okay, so we made the 3 cards in the kit, which are these beautiful, beautiful cards. And then we made this alternate today. So we made 4 cards, and it was just such a pleasure to see you all. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday with all alternate projects. And And so I know we'll have lots of fun. So have a great week, everybody. Don't forget, don't forget to sign up for the July Paper Pumpkin. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.